First bass of the day. Out here on Salt Springs Valley Reservoir with my buddy Mike Coleman. It's a little bit windy today. Starting off with some vibrating jigs. Just covering down a riprap bank. This is a big man-made lake, right, Mike?
Yeah, it's a cow pond.
It's a giant 1,000-acre cow pond.
That's what it is. And basically this is for all the farmland and all the hay. If you notice around us, it's all hay fields. And they use this water to water all the hay fields around here.
So these aren't hay fields. They're not hay fields. They're just regular hay fields?
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're gonna try to catch some big bass. Break down how we're doing it. It's gonna be beating on us with all this wind today, but I have a feeling we're gonna catch them, so stay with us.
So when fishing a lake, a pond, one of these smaller impoundments, what you always want to do when you get there and you don't really know what phase the fish are in, you want to jump around to as many spots as possible. Fish all corners of the lake, fish the breaks, the flats, tree lines, riprap walls, until you get the clues. First thing in the morning, the fish tend to be more active. So the more bouncing around you do, the higher odds you have of finding quality fish or the majority of fish before you ever stop and try to slow down and pick a bite apart.
Fish on an 8-inch topwater wake bait on that BYS trout. The weird part is, right there, good quality 7-8 ounce bass. And I'm still bragging about that, but I'm throwing this big BYS trout, the waking version right here. And the weird part is, I normally throw the high vis in stained water, but it's pretty dang clear out here. I was out on the Delta yesterday filming some product in clear water, and I was actually getting them to come up on this bait. So we're out here at Salt Springs, and sure enough, what was that, my second cast?
Second cast.
Weird, and we've just had like a little lull for about 45 minutes too. Oh, I got that blue bladed jig, huh?
Yeah, it's all spawned out. Fish obviously already spawned. He's all spawned out, little male.
On the S-trout. He's not that good. Felt like a good one. Nope, I just had him in the side. Another one on that big swim bait. When you got fish like this eating a big swim bait, I'm about to commit to this for the rest of the day because I know a monster's gonna come up and get it if these are willing to. The third one on the swim bait. Take that motor, Mike. You're good luck, babe. I just caught a better fish with you on the phone. Now you're on the show, honey. Talking to my wife. You just made a cameo appearance. That's more like it. Maybe 3 pounds, 2, shrinking. 3-pounder. Yeah, I'll take some of that. That's more like it. That's more what I was looking for on the swim bait. A little bit closer to legit right there. Yeah, baby. A BYS trout's bringing them up right now. A lot of the time in that post-spawn, when you get just enough ripple like this, I tell guys, big wake baits are key. But one of the problem is, some of the wake baits, they have a big lip on the front of them. And I'm gonna show you something with this BYS trout. Let me get this fish off. Nice little fish. Now, with that BYS trout, a lot of the time, like I was saying, you have those wake baits and they have a big lip on the front of them and they're just too erratic. The S trout doesn't have that. So it's a very subtle wake bait with a big profile. And for some reason, that cleaner water, just that light ripple, that water's a little dirtier. Those lip ones that are really erratic sometimes draw them better than the S trout. But when it's calm and clean with a little bit of ripple, this thing produces. A little better, a little better. There we go.
This lake is definitely all post-spawn. And we started shallow. Around some spawning flats, fishing the ledges, with Cinco style baits, stick baits, wake baits, chatter baits, etc. We picked up a few fish, but after catching those fish and looking at them, we realized that they're really post-spawn around here. So we moved out a little bit deeper and found some offshore vegetation, and we've gotten 2 of the better fish of the day so far. One on a BWA wake bait, and the other one on flipping the Bass Assassin fat jog. Basically just a stick bait.
Oh, it's bonus lure time. We see a bonus lure down on the top of this tree. Mike's going to see if he can get that bonus lure. He's got it. Had it.
What do we have here?
What do we got? What do we got?
Fishing a flicker shad. A flicker shad. Whatever a flicker shad is.
Hey, what do we get if we catch one on it?
Yeah, what's the deal?
Bonus!
The flicker shad by we don't know who.
Every time we... Yeah!
A little better one there.
Feisty!
Feisty. There we go. Another little buck bass. We're still hunting those females.
Wacky rig, Shenko fish. Oh, get out of there. Get out of that tree. Get. And he's off. Oh, dang.
That was a big one.
That was, yeah, 3+, 3 to 4 range. Another one's coming. Another one's coming. It's going to happen.
Hang with us, guys. We'll be right back. Hey guys, did you know that yours truly is now hosting Lucky Tackle Box's monthly panfish instructionals? And aside from relentless fish catching, I'll be breaking down the rigging and the gear you need to get going along the way. And of course, a few extra tips to help you score more fish on the goodies included in your box. So remember, the tug is our drug. So go visit LuckyTackleBox.com and get signed up today. Bigger, better, badder. The evolution of the buzzbait is upon us. The Evolution Baits Grass Burner is a high-performance bass snatcher machine. High-end components, inline displacement, larger profile, balanced body for fast or slower retrieves, better deflection, and oversized treble hooks. You wouldn't bring a slingshot to a gunfight, would you? Find out more at evolutionbaits.com. Ever tried pulling a planer board next to your boat when trolling or fishing from a swift current bank? If not, you're missing out on one of the most phenomenal fish catching machines on the market today. With Yellowbird planer boards pulling your lines perpendicular to your boat, you can't help but catch more fish. Find out more by visiting www.yellowbirdproducts.com. Did you know that P-Line makes specialized lines for all your fishing needs, from the super strong abrasive resistant CXX or the low stretch super stealthy CX Premium? Or maybe you're looking for invisibility or super bite detection with P-Line's 100% fluorocarbon. No matter what your needs, P-Line's got it covered. To find out more, visit P-Line.com.
P-Line, baby.
Oh, you heard they got weapons of big fish destruction? Well, you heard right. BWA Fishing Performance is the newest company hitting the U.S. market by storm. With some of the sickest swim baits around and non-cookie cutter style lures that you could ever get your hands on, it's time to show these fish something new. Visit BWA.com. Attention Northern California anglers, have you been to Boat Country in Escalon with one of the largest selections of welded aluminum fishing boats from North River, Hughescraft, and now Crestliner? Chances are they have the right boat for you. And did I mention they have a full service center to take care of all your repair or boating maintenance needs? If you're a boat owner or just looking to become one, you owe it to yourself to check these guys out. Visit BoatCountryUSA.com or stop on by. We'll see you there.
Yeah, you're in the creek. This point's good right here with the pole on it.
Want to fish it?
Yep. We can start heading back. This is a creek. Go back as far as we can go.
All right, give me some. Oh, you finished them, huh? All right, give me some Skittles. We're trying to power up right here. A lot of people don't know each Skittle's an individual single plus point towards fishing. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 right there. So, okay, I probably needed those 9 points to put a better fish in the boat. A lot of time it's about the subtle opportunities that you're given, and if you don't take them, it's on you. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, baby. Mike Gage. So we made a move. We're off of the main lake. We're going up into a creek now. And the reason why we're doing that is if you look at these offshore pouches out here, just look beyond Mike there a little bit, and you'll see out in front of us, you'll see this like plant. It's not primrose, it's not yellow leaf. I'm not sure exactly what type of plant this is. But we're sitting in 16 feet of water in this creek channel right here. We moved off the main lake to try it. We're jumping around. We fished some rock walls. We fished some shallow bays. We fished some points. We're trying to jump to as many different things to grab as much clues as we can fast, because Mike hasn't been here in about a year, and I've never been here. So what we did find in about 12 feet of water with this taller plant is where we were getting the majority of our bites. Mike said the creek channel's fairly deep, running through. And so we came through, we're in 16 feet of water, and you can see these patches are deep, The majority of these fish are in post spawn, so they're going to move away from those banks into the nearest heavy cover. And that's what Mike did exactly right there. He pitched in, got that one out of heavier cover. So we're trying to target those bigger females down in that stuff now as the sun's coming out and it's getting a little bit calm. So we're flipping creature baits in there, flipping worms in there, and letting them fall to the bottom real subtle to get those bites.
That's bigger fish.
Get them.
There we go. Getting a little
thick.
better.
Oh, he's thick.
Getting a little better.
Now, tell you what we got going on here too, and this happens to be one of those little fine-tuned bites. So I had my bait casting set up with a light wire 3.0 EWG, and I was Texas rigging the Senko to throw it out there on that identical stuff. Was not getting bit. They're bringing in the wacky rigs right behind me, identical worm, getting bit. And it was like 5 fish versus the Texas rig. So oftentimes just that fall of that wacky rig versus that Texas rig fall could be, it could mean 20, 30 bites versus 2 bites in a whole day's time. Take my worm back, come on, take my worm. The wacky rig fish. Oh, he's a dancer. He's a dancer. There we go. Using a little tiny, it's a size 1 mosquito hook. But the thing is, you get these better ones with like a little 2x diameter to where the mosquito hook is slightly thicker. What that does is, even if you're throwing it on spinning gear, and I'm throwing on 8-pound line just to pull slightly harder, that little thicker diameter hook doesn't cut or slice the meat of where the fish is hooked quite as easily versus that real thin diameter mosquito hook. Oftentimes if you get them in the lip and you're pulling pretty hard to try to move them away from this cover, a lot of the time that's going to tear a bigger hole. There we go. There you go, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, anytime. Oh, look at that! Now that is what I'm talking about. You don't oftentimes catch a hybrid largemouth like this. You can clearly tell this is a hybrid largemouth because it ate a wacky rig worm. Now I know what you guys are thinking. You're probably thinking this is a bluegill, but Mike knows as well as I know that's actually a hybrid largemouth. Very common. Gold bellies look identical to a bluegill, but they will eat a bass lure. That's how you're 100% certain hybrid bass. Yep, there you go. Oh. There we go.
There we go.
There we go. Little buck rooski. Oh, I just had the double and I lost it. Whoop, no, these are bluegills running with it. Look, 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 look. Watch my line. Watch. Watch, I'm shaking it. Look, he's on it right now. And he's off. See that? These are bluegills running with the bait. Watch they. Look, 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 look. He's got it. That's a bluegill. See that? I can pull it right away. Fish on. Oh, that's a pretty decent fish. Fish, fish, fish. Oh, I got you, Mike?
You got me.
Didn't even see a line there.
I didn't know either.
Hey guys, that fish was hooked a little bit deep, and I'm just pouring it right now. This is any carbonated drink. You pour it on a bass's gills, bleeding gills, will stop that bleeding right away. When they're bleeding out, you really want to just put a stop to it. And there is other treatments for it, but if you have a carbonated drink, you're open drinking a soda, a lot of the time people use Mountain Dew, but I've noticed pretty much any carbonated drink will stop a bleeding gill on a bass. So anything we can do to preserve those bass to further our sport, we should do it.
Are you bleeding?
Hmm?
I said, are you bleeding?
Am I bleeding?
Yeah.
No.
I just noticed you were pouring carbonated drink down your throat.
Oh yeah. That's a better.
Need me to grab him?
Yeah, we might have to. We'll see. Oh, he's not that good, but he's good. I mean, he's pulling good. There we go. A nice wacky fish. There we we go. We'll take that. So what you can see right here is we've clearly dialed in that these bass are into a full post-spawn pattern. So what Mike and I did, we pulled out to some shallow hard flats, and you can see that this guy's a little bit thicker, and this is a buck right here. We found bluegill beds. A lot of the time in the bass post spawn, if you go look for bluegill beds in the nearest heavier cover near those, or the nearest drop off, a lot of the time you're gonna find a bass sitting there looking for an easier meal. And you throw those bluegill colors, bluegill presentations, you can get a little bit better one. Get that worm back. I want to keep my worm. Bottom of the jaw, which means he was sitting with it for a while. Little repaired inside jaw, that means that fish is definitely a post-spawn buck. The indications are right. Everything's right. We haven't caught a scarred up tail yet, which means we haven't even caught a female. We've caught all males. So those 3-pounders were just good quality males. Come on, female. Better one. There we go. A little like what we're looking for there. There we go. Get her, Mike.
Yeah! Oh, there we go. That's more like it.
Now, that is what we were targeting outside those bluegill beds. That's a smaller post-spawn female, but look at that belly right there. That belly's gonna add another 1.5 pounds of weight to this fish. That's probably a 3.5 pound frame, but I guarantee you this fish weighs just slightly over 4 pounds.
Big one? Oh,
Not
good.
bad. Another decent one. Just right away, I mean, this isn't huge, but the thickness and the caliber of these fish targeting post-spawn areas is just becoming more and more blatantly obvious. So now we're gonna focus on summertime areas to see even if the majority of the bigger ones moved out to even deeper stuff. Right now, this grass that we're flipping out here, we're sitting in 14 to 16 foot of water. That grass is like 8 to 10 feet. What it's allowing you to do is allowing you these fish to transition to that cooler water, right back up. Deep water access, right back up into those plants, and then grab a meal, move right back out to deeper water. So.
Oh, look at that!
Oh!
Dude,
Did you see that?
I had this dragging in here and one just came out out of
He
nowhere
followed this guy.
and grabbed it.
That fish
That's
was
a first for
following
me.
this one, and Mike's chatterbait's like sitting in the water, and that other fish tried to eat it. That's insane.
I've never had that happen in all the time I've spent.
Me neither. Oh, look, he spit up a catfish. Look at that catfish that bass spit up. I got him. Yeah. Right there. Now, what I talk about all the time, you can show him that catfish, is that trailer. Hold on real quick here. That vibrating jig, the BWA tail gunner trailer. I was telling Mike when I got out here, I said, this is honestly probably the baddest trailer I've ever used on a chatterbait. And that BWA tail gunner, it adds so much body roll, it gives life to the whole presentation, not just the front. Not a big fish, but great catch. Look what he spit up though. A little baby channel cat.
Yep.
He munched him. Dude, that's a 5-inch bait. Yep, see, a little 1 pound bass like that has no problem eating that. Another little guy. So what Mike and I are doing right here is the wind picked back up. We got a little intermittent cloud cover. So instead of throwing those wacky rig, like Senko style baits where it got slick and calm, what we immediately went back to is the vibrating jig, a chatterbait, bladed jig, whatever you want to call it, which tends to get a much bigger bite in windier conditions. So right away, Mike started doing it. I was still trying to rough out that wacky rig, and he got 3 bites in a row, so we switched back, and now we're catching fish again. It's just about paying attention to those clues and the elements that are around you. Oh, yeah!
Oh, dude, you got them triple.
Look at that, baby! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! 6 pounder. Telling you, it's all about that 10-inch swim bait. You gotta throw it if you want those fish. I'm messing with the guys that are looking at us from behind. They see me and they're tripping out because they just fished this. Yeah, that ain't that small, huh? Yeah! On that tail gunner. So I actually switched to the smaller tail gunner as a trailer.
Another one.
Chatter it up.
You
Chatter
switched
it up.
that smaller tail.
Chatter it up.
You switched that smaller trailer, made
Yep.
all the difference.
I switched to that smaller size. Those short strikes are now hooking the mouth, man. That's a big, big difference there. Sometimes those little subtleties, you know, if you're feeling bump, 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 sometimes getting it in there closer to the frame of that actual jig, a swim jig or a vibrating jig, could make them focus more on the whole profile of that, not necessarily the trailer fish. There we go. A little juicier one. We probably got over 50 fish already on the day. Coming down this bank, it got so windy out on the main lake, and you know, we've been running the trolling motor all day long. So what we're doing right now is we're waiting for that evening lay down. Sometimes, you know, the majority of the days, near the evening, the water's gonna calm, and you know, that's when that good bite hour, that prime time to get a good topwater fish comes. So we're trying to conserve our battery a little bit to get out on the main lake to target some of this topwater stuff. So hopefully it lays down. If not, we know where we're finding some fish, and even a dead fish. Hold on. Oh. Is he nosing it? Is he no?
Oh, good
Yeah. I'll cast out at that Senko, see if I can catch that Senko. Yeah. Look at that. That's a high fashion lean right there. Oh, there it is.
There we go. Ooh, good one.
Nice one.
Real nice one.
Now, I'm not sure if you guys ever noticed, but when I'm fighting a big fish like this and I set the hook out there, and then the fish gets really close and I know he's still really hot, you'll see me click off 2 clicks on my drag right there. A lot of the time what happens, the shorter the line you have out, the less stretch you have, and you could tear that fish off really easy when they get close to the boat. So I back off the drag once it gets, when the fish zooms up really close to the boat, and I know they're still real spry and they haven't used all their energy yet, but not bad.
Good one.
Yeah.
One of the day.
Yeah. Dude, I have a feeling that's what we just lost too. Dude, another one. So, you know, the crazy part is, we came up with this new technique today, and you guys probably aren't gonna believe it, but I'll show you. What we're doing is we're hooking the worm right in the middle. Dude, I don't know what we're gonna call it yet, but we gotta come up with something wacky.
Kinda wacky.
Wacky.
A wacky rig.
Dude, that's it. We're gonna call it a wacky rig.
Our new technique.
A new technique, we just invented it today. It's incredible. It's catching so many fish right now. Yo! Well, there we go, guys. For a super fun day out here on Salt Springs Reservoir with my buddy Mike Coleman. Hey. Once again.
What a great day, man. I had an awesome day out here. We caught a ton of fish.
Tons.
A ton of fish, some solid fish. But this is just a great fishery here at Salt Springs.
Oh, it is, man. And you know, we lost a few really big ones, which kind of sucks, but sometimes that happens. If we would have landed the fish we would have caught, we probably would have had, you know, right around 20-pound bag. And we've seen some big ones sitting up there. It's just like the big ones didn't want to behave today. But man, when I can come out and catch 50 to 60 fish in a day, and today's conditions were tough.
Very tough with the cold front moving in.
Yeah.
And one thing people got to understand about this lake is there's no shad or creek chubs or any kind of small bait fish. It's all about bluegill, catfish, and there's very few carp and Florida strain largemouth.
Yeah, even that bass spitting up that catfish today, man. It's a very cool system though, guys. Even for the conditions lining up to be tough for a cold night ahead of us. I mean, I was catching big wake bait fish, chatterbait fish, and we caught a ton of fish, so I can imagine how well this thing would fish on a great day. Greatly appreciate you guys watching. InformativeFisherman.com, Informative Fisherman on Instagram, Facebook. Mike, you're on Instagram.
I'm on Facebook.
You're on
I also
Facebook?
have MichaelColemanFishing.com. You can look me up.
Perfect. There you go.
YouTube too, Michael Coleman Fishing.
Or just missed one. So make sure to check out Mike, guys. Greatly appreciate you watching the show. We'll see you next time. Oh no!
Let me hook those up here.
No! That's what I'm talking about.
Probably with bite.
Dang, look at that black crappie.